Today's video, 48 hours on the Space Coast of Florida, is so big I'm actually dividing it into two different videos. In this video, you're going to see the first day, which we visit the causeway across from Cape Canaveral. Yes, where they launch rockets. We're going to see how horseshoe crabs get a little horny, show you how I set up my rig for a standing desk and a sitting desk using my countertop extension, and we go to a Harvest Host, the American Space Museum, where I show you how I set up my van for movie night. Yes, big experience in a tiny space, big day, part one. Let's roll. Tuning in today, really appreciate that. My name is Scott. I'm your host. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large, a YouTube channel dedicated to the Class B, that would be a van, RV lifestyle. Here what we do is we learn together, we share together, you decide what's the best way for you to RV. We take you to cool places, we meet you interesting people, and it's really about how I live my life in my van. I've been full-time, that'd be 2 years, since February 2019 in my Winnebago Travato. It's a 21-foot camper van, ProMaster based 6-cylinder gasoline engine that is fully equipped with a Volta lithium-ion system that I can have juice wherever I go, which makes a big difference in this video because we're at the beach during the day and at night we're doing movie night. Let's jump into the first day of a two-part video. Second part is the next morning. I show you how I shower in my new shower. It's so amazing. And we go to the Kennedy Space Center. If you're into space, this is the videos, both of these you need to watch. Let's get into it right now. Wanna go outside, Luke? Outside? Okay. Not bad, right? Sure beats being at the KOA. Ooh, my hair's sticking up. Sorry about that. We're gonna stay here for a better part of the day, and just look how beautiful this is. So peaceful. So a little coffee made. Thank you, Volta. This is how I like to do a standing desk in my Travato, particularly when I have a really amazing view. Check this out. So I put up my countertop extension, which is just perfect, and then I have this view as my corporate cube. And Go Small, Live Large business cube. Pretty cool, huh? What do you think? And with the windows open, including the cab windows, there's a nice gentle breeze blowing through. So no AC needed, thank goodness. Are you jealous? You can have this too, right? Not too bad, right? You can do this. What are your plans? Where would you like to spend the day in your RV? Whether it's a, B, or C class RV. I prefer vans because you can motor into places like this really easily. All right? Where would you want to stay the day in your van? Comment below. Let me know where you're watching from. Subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of content. If you're into RVs, if you're into vans, and for sure, give a thumb up. Appreciate that. All right, so this is just a miracle of van life. I've literally been sitting here having conference calls for the last couple hours. I look out my window and look at what I find. These are horseshoe crabs. There's 3 of them. Apparently it's mating season because these two are pretty busy. Was that super cool or what? Oh my gosh, I just love this. So great. Luke, what do you think? You're not too excited about horseshoe crabs. Oh my God, that was so cool. With the corporate meetings done using my laptop, What I'm doing now is energy management by turning off the inverter. Let me show you that. So because I've had to use my Macintosh notebook here, I've had plugged in. I've also been charging my iPad, which needed that. So I've had the inverter on largely for powering my device. And you can always tell that the inverter is working because the microwave displays. But by sitting still, I arrived in here with 100% state of charge. So it's used about 15% of the energy pack to keep my devices charged, because the inverter, which is under the seat here, consumes a fair amount of juice. So again, what I like to do is everything's charged. Now I can close my Mac up and use my iPad, which uses much better battery life. I can turn the inverter off, and I do that right here. And now we can see that the microwave is turned off. So now we're running on direct current 12 volt, which will preserve the energy pack a lot more, because I'm using a harvest hose site tonight, and I may need air conditioning this evening. So again, this is energy management. Thank you, Volta. 30 amps whenever I need it. The other thing I want to talk about is temperature control. So although I have the doors open, degrees, it feels pretty comfortable, but this is actually climbing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the back door here. There's my guitar. And get some additional breeze in here. Again, it's comfortable, but by doing the back doors, I can increase the amount of breeze through the van, which will keep the temperature under control. So let's do that quick. I'm drying out a towel up the store. And it just swings open like that. So again, this gives additional breeze through here. So this is what I talk about as the best practice temperature control, is being in the shade, clearly not doing that, and not having the cab in the sunlight, which I definitely have going on. But because the breeze is quite strong, it's actually very, very comfortable, not hot at all. Some other folks enjoying the beach here. This cat's in his chair. That's awesome. Again, what we're seeing over here is there's a drawbridge that is lifted up, and the white building's way in the distance. Maybe I'll zoom in for you. Those are actually, right there is Cape Canaveral. That's the Space Shuttle Assembly Building, and some of the launch facilities there. That's what we're looking at here. And one more thing I want to point out here. So we talked about standing desk. So if I'm standing, I can look out at this. But what makes this jump seat super convenient here is I can actually sit here and work and type. It's a perfect typing height, just like this, right? And it's really lovely. I get to see out this way. Make all my colleagues jealous that I can see here and smell the ocean, and I'm typing right from here. So the back door now closed because we have a little rain moving in. The temperature is kind of held at 85, which is perfectly, wonderfully comfortable because the breeze is so breezy. But we have a little rain coming in. Let me show you that. Close the door and open my awning style window, which is why I love these, because I can still get the breeze and most of the view. I'm going to close this one a little bit because it's coming this direction. Like that. That should be fine. I got the cab cracked open just a little bit, just to let the breeze through to reduce some of the greenhouse. And then I'll just close the window in the back a little bit as well. Just like that. So we should be good. Just another day at the beach. supper? Luke wants some supper. So let's get Luke some supper. So I store the cat food up here in the cabinet above the bed. And this probably applies to dog food as well, but this is Fancy Feast. They have small cans. I cut a slit in the box at the end of the box so that the canned food can be accessed and removed without falling out. So that's kind of cool. Let's see if Luke wants this. Supper? Oh, yes, Luke. Ooh, yes, Luke. Oh, that's good for the kitty. Let's snap the thing. Ooh, and give a sniff. Ooh, yes. Today's supper is turkey feast for Luke. Oh, yes. Okay, let's put that in the bowl for Luke. All right, we got the thumbs up on that is a good place to park. We're going to show you what it looks like inside. If you're a space nut, I just got a preview from the director here, Anita, and you guys I think are going to like this. And if you're a space nut, this is a must stop. Let's check it out. Really interesting. Is a 1:48 scale Saturn V. Which is just so cool. Wish I had that in my van somehow. Working with the team here, one reason they built these big models was so that Congress, the people with the money, could understand what was being built, how and why, and then how things operated. So really ingenious idea. Architects do the same thing these days on buildings, is to visualize the building in a 3D format like this, to scale so that people can see what's going on. Pretty cool, huh? And this vast room is dedicated to the Apollo program. And this one's cool because this is a rocket model, obviously. Shows where the lunar module actually was put in. And then you go all the way down to this little person right here. And this is a human body, a man, 6 foot tall in comparison to this big old rocket. Just incredible. And if this looks familiar, ladies and gentlemen, you've been to my van, or at least you've seen it. Trying to get the reflections out of there. This is the lunar mission that is the poster in my van, and I just love that poster, and here it is in the museum. This was cool. The folks gave me a quick tour. This is one of the actual shoes that the astronauts wore on the moon, and this was the overshoe from their inner shoe that they would actually leave behind. This thing weighs about 5 pounds to give them a little extra weight, and this is the footprint that it would have left. And they actually left these on the moon when they were climbing the ladder, like this astronaut here, to save weight on the return to home. So what's cool is that there's a bunch of shoes on the moon. Is that groovy or what? This is a piece of equipment that came out of Mission Control, and actual equipment right here. You think about all the technology, state of the art back then, right? I just love the mechanical switches and dials. Look at that. So cool. And this was dedicated to the Space Shuttle program here. These are artifacts from the shuttle. This is what a tile looked like. Each tile was numbered. and folks knew where the tiles were exactly on the bottom of the space shuttle. That's for heat shield. This one's been to space and back. You can see it's been scorched a little bit. Pretty cool. This was a cool model of the space shuttle. You can see the wing innards. Here's the engine, cargo, crew area. Just really some great artifacts in here. Again, a model for Congress to understand what was being built, why it was needed, and this is really amazing. Sure, but just some really amazing artifacts here. Reel-to-reel tapes. Remember those things? Oh my gosh. I barely do. Not surprising that our smartphones have more horsepower than all this equipment probably put together. So this is planet Earth we're looking at. Florida's right up there. And what you're looking at, this little dot here, is the altitude of the International Space Station above the Earth's surface. I don't know what that yellow thing is, but what's poignant about this is that the Earth, this is an exact replica to scale distance of the moon, which is this little dot down here, which we know is about 250,000 miles away, right? See the moon here? So that's the moon looking back at the Earth. Really great, just a really great hour of getting a little dip into the space mood for tomorrow. It's going to Kennedy Space Center tomorrow. Tonight we're going to do movie night in the van, so stay tuned for that. We're going to show you how I set up movie night. You learning anything? You having fun? Am I boring you to death? Thumb up. If you're getting anything, it's okay, give me a thumb down. I'm a big boy. So while we're at the Harvest Host site here in Titusville, Florida, at the American Space Museum, we're going to do Vanlife movie night. We're going to play Star Trek. I'm going to show you how I have a big movie experience on the small screen in my tiny space here while we harvest host. All right, the first thing we need is electricity. My television in my 2019 Winnebago Travato only runs on 110. So what I do here is I turn my inverter on with my Volta system, and you can tell when it turns on because the microwave beeps. Yes. So now I can turn on the TV. Thank you, TV. I'm going to get my Wi-Fi fired up because I'm actually going to stream this from Apple TV. So I'm going to fire up my internet here. And what that's going to do is I'm going to stream a movie through the Wi-Fi to my Apple TV, which I have hardwired to my HDMI port in my television. Now I can use this DVD, but the sound, I can't figure out how to make it come through the speakers any bigger than the TV itself or the Jensen. It's kind of a kludgy system, and since I have the components of the Apple TV, Wi-Fi, and the inverter for big sound, so here's one of my Apple HomePods right here, conveniently hidden next to my box of wine. We'll be tapping that. So I have one HomePod up front, and then one HomePod under the table here, so I get a really big immersive sound from the movie. So we're gonna let this kind of connect up. We're gonna get we're gonna show you Star Trek in honor of being in the Space Coast. So I just get my, oops, I actually want that. So let me get a couple of things set up here. And let's make sure we get the sound right. So audio, I select, again, the TV speakers is what comes out of the TV itself. I can't really figure out, and I haven't spent a lot of time trying, to be honest. Trying to get it run through the Jensen, because I have, again, my two Apple HomePods, which is a super awesome audio experience, if you know what I mean. So now I can control the movie and the volume from my remote, which is great. So let me do a couple of things here to show you how I set this up before we roll with the movie. So what I want to do is close the blinds. Blind one. I'll probably leave this open just because, well, we won't. We'll close these up for tonight. So if you haven't seen these blinds in action, what this does is, this is an option, I think, still on a Travato, which is insanely ridiculous. It should be standard equipment. Hopefully it is by now. It was an option when I bought mine. So they just click into place in the visors. There's a little clip here. And then these are rails. and then from the center, you give it a little tug, and then you kind of pull, and they just run up on the rails. See that? And you adjust your mirror ornaments, and then you keep pulling, and then this little flap comes up to hide the last few inches there. So really, really simple, and I love how privacy in this case will block probably some of the street lights, so I would have put that up anyway. Okay, so let's do some mood lighting. Let me turn this one up, pull that up. I'm not going to worry about the back right now, but when I go to bed tonight, I'll do these. But what I want to show you is how to do some mood lighting. So these come standard on the Travato. I believe so still. If you click it once, you get this cool blue. And if you hold it, you get the white light. So we want mood lighting blue like that. We'll turn the big lights out like that. And because we have the inverter on, I can do my little night light. We won't worry about those right now in terms of closing up the windows. So we're pretty good shape right now on getting movie night going. There's a couple more steps, and that is to make this a comfy seating area. Let me show you that. Okay, so there's two ways to set up the bed, depending on how involved I want to get. So just for real simplicity's sake, if I just want kind of a lounging situation, what I can do literally is just scoot this forward. This is the cat's leash. This goes forward, this goes like that, and this cushion tucks in right here. And then I use my yoga mat, which actually now has a function, because I never use it for yoga, is to put this right here like a bolster, and then get a pillow out of bed. We'll use my crab pillow, kind of a decorative pillow, which I use all the time, by the way, and it goes right here. And the way this works then is to lay my body kind of in a seated position, if you will, like that. And I can do just like this, and it's actually really comfy. I'll probably fall asleep. Be careful not to crush your window shades here, but this is actually really comfy. The bolster here kind of holds your torso up, and I have lots of room to space to hold, to stretch out here. I have an end table, if you will. I can even swing this around this way, like this. One-handed. It's hard. Like that. So now I have like a table, so I can put my drink, because you need snacks, right, to have movie night, and your drink can go here, and you can watch the television. Super simple, which I do all the time. Now if I have somebody else joining me, like my other half, I would take this cushion out here. That would be the back cushion, right, because that takes about 4 extra inches. I would just tuck it up there, and then I would get the extra cushion that would fill this space here, so we could both lay with our torsos here, our feet there, and have a really nice movie night like that. Couple more points. So what I want to do is finish the mood lighting. So I'm going to kill the lights. I've got my moon glowing up front. This is a night light that I use a lot, and this is actually the TV antenna signal strength. That'll be more apparent when I turn the light out. If you haven't seen my mood lighting video, I made that a long time ago, but still very relevant. So what this has done is created a really nice setting in here. I got a little light on the table, right, from the LEDs. I got my moon glow, which is awesome. The Volta, thank you Volta for powering us up tonight. We're at 80% state of charge, 30 amps of shore power here in the parking lot. I got my mood lighting on back here. We'll turn this off. And now we're kind of set up for movie night, right? So let's get the big movie rolling. Push play.
This is the part of the video I can't show you because YouTube flagged me for copyright infringement. Please see the movie Star Trek if you like star stuff.
So now I'm in my kind of lounge position here. Again, I'm resting my body against the rail of the door with my yoga mat and my decorative pillow, so I'm not crushing the screen. I'll turn on the music again, and this is kind of how I do Vanlife movie night. That's nice after a long day.
Just curious, have you tried this before? I don't watch TV in bed. I do. If I do, I use my iPad. But this just really gives a great experience. You got kind of a big screen. You got the big sound. You're comfortable. And it's just the coolest thing to think that you're streaming your powered 30 amps, 110 volt service everywhere, watching the movie. Hey, if you learned anything, give it a thumb up. Let's continue the movie. I can't go. So I hope you enjoyed day one of a two-part 48 hours on the Florida Space Coast. A lot of stuff going on in this video, a lot more to come on the next one, so watch for that coming out very, very soon. Give it a thumb up. If you learned anything on this video, I sure would appreciate a thumb up. That helps me know you liked the video, helps YouTube know you liked it, and they share it out to other people. Comment below, any of this interesting to you? Would you like a van like this? Would you go to the beach for the day? Would you try movie night in your van? Maybe you've tried it already. Maybe you can give me a pointer. That would be cool. And please subscribe to the channel. It would be an honor for you to be part of the success of this channel. We've just crossed 13,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Would love for you to be part of the success of this. So if you want to see what's happening tomorrow, well, that'd be the next day. Again, subscribe and you'll get notified when a new video comes out. Until we see you next time, I wish you to journey on.
Polarized of your screen.
Whatever this is, Klingon origin.
Captain, we have visual.
Repeat, could this be Klingon? Negative, Lieutenant. You're 75,000 kilometers.
Captain, are you seeing this?